Good wishes, dear students. In this part also, we will continue with chapter 2 revision, that is Old Man at the Bridge. In my previous part, I have explained story in detail. Now in this part, the title and characterization, I will explain it to you. The title of the story Old Man at the Bridge is quite appropriate because the entire story revolves around the conversation which the narrator had with an old man sitting by the side of the road at a pontoon bridge. So that is why Hemingway has not used the definite article the with the old man in the title of the story, because the old man in the story is a symbol of all those who suffers the horror of war. Now, the old man had to leave his village, his house and all he had because of heavy firing from the enemy. He had walked 12 kilometers before fatigue forced him to halt at a bridge. Fatigue means uh, getting tired of by doing the same type of work, that is known as fatigue. He was tired and he could not walk any further and was caught in the grip of his impending death in the hands of advancing enemy troops. Enemies who were approaching towards the bridge, if they would see this old man, they would have killed him. So he had left all his hope and was sitting with his fate only on that pontoon bridge. The old man seemed to be worried about the animals and birds he had left behind in his village: a cat, 2 goats and 4 pairs of pigeons. This is indicative of the fact that it is not only the human beings who become the victim of war, but the poor, meek animals and birds who are brutally killed during a war. So not only human beings suffer by the war, but also animals, birds, they also suffer from the war. And natural disaster also occurs due to war. And this is very dangerous for the natural environment also. So the bridge in the story is much more than a physical structure. The bridge is a symbolic of life that connects the two ends, birth and death. Bridge, which has been shown here, has been used as a symbol of attachment between birth and death. Perhaps the old man wants to cling to life and does not want to go to the other side, that is his impending death. Death is imminent. The place where he was born, where he has spent his life, he has to leave that place, and through that bridge he has to pass towards his death. Since the old man is at the bridge, he has 2 options: to cross over to the other side and go to Barcelona and live the rest of his life devoid of the company of his animals and birds, or to stay at home and share the fate of his animals and birds. Thus the bridge symbolizes the points of no return for the old man. So this bridge has been shown as a symbol of hope and disaster. The person, this old man, either he could cross the bridge and go to Barcelona living his entire life and his animals, or he could return to his own place and will live his life further depending upon the fate. The bridge is also a symbolic of the need to give up war, to talk to each other and connect with each other through the bridge of faith, trust, brotherhood and humanity. In the middle of the war scene, this bridge was showing the humanity, the sympathy, the trust, brotherhood, all has been shown on this bridge. Narrator, who was also a soldier, has shown sympathy and brotherhood. He has shown humanity by asking certain questions and to make this old man comfortable. On the other hand, this old man has shown faith, trust and humanity towards animals. The old man is also a symbol of the defeat of liberal democracy in Spain. In the Spanish Civil War in 1938, the Spanish loyalists were defeated by the reactionary forces of Francisco Franco, aided by dictators like Hitler and Mussolini. Now, characterization. Which type of character this old man was? The old man sitting by the side of the road is the protagonist of the story. He is not given any name but only a description that he is old and too tired to protect himself from becoming the victim of the war. The old man is a loving human being who is attached not only to his native town but also to his animals. The only thing that concerns him is how he will take care of his animals, his only family which he leaves behind because of the danger of being attacked by the enemy. The old man is lonely who feels happy when the soldier is concerned about him. He is grateful to the soldier who talks to him and says, "But thank you very much. Thank you again very much." Having someone to talk, he lent out his worries to the soldier. So he was very thankful to the soldier. That shows that his character was very generous. He was very loving person. He was also a very good human being who loves even animals also, who was treating animals as his family. And he has given thanks to that soldier because that soldier had shown concern to him. The old man has a high sense of duty as he believes that he must watch over the cat, the goats and the pigeons in San Carlos. The man not able to fulfill his responsibilities is guilty and thus struggles with himself throughout the story. He tells the soldier that he had to leave them and wonder what would the animals do in his absence. Deserting his animals, depriving him of any hope, results in his symbolic death. He loves his animals so much that separating from them makes him feel that he has lost his reason for existence. He was so much concerned and was so much attached with his animals that when he left his animals and pets, his ray of hope was vanished. He has lost his hope and was approaching towards death. The old man, like his goats, has no one to take care of him, and thus he surrenders to his fate. The old man's character is important because through him, Hemingway subtly criticized war and makes us realize that the least destruction that war can cause is destruction of physical property. The maximum destruction is when people lose their hope. So physical destruction of property and life is the first destruction caused by the war, but secondary destruction is that when people lose hope due to war, and that is very big. Now the narrator characterization, the unnamed narrator. Both the old man and narrators named were not revealed in this story. But an unnamed narrator is an army scout who narrates the story in first person. He encounters an old man at a pontoon bridge near the Ingro River, which people are crossing to escape from the war zone. Like the old man, he too has a strong sense of duty. The old man worries about his animals. Meanwhile, the scout is trying to convince the man to cross the bridge and escape free. This old man was having his duty for his animals, and this narrator was having the duty towards his old man and towards his country. So, without worrying about his life, he crossed the pontoon bridge and watched the position of enemies. Secondly, he has done the humanity as well as his duty to save this old man and has given advice also to this old man. The soldier is a kind man who starts pitying for the old man's condition. Slowly he becomes interested in the old man's story and inquires if he had left the dove cage unlocked. The narrator realizes the old man's deplorable condition and thus gives him hope, reassuring him that the animals would be fine. He has seen that he was very much worried about his animals, so he has given hope also that everything would be all right. So this shows that narrator was a very good person, and he was thinking about this old man as well as for others also. As a soldier and as a human being, he wishes for the old man's safety and at regular intervals remind him to cross the bridge. But by the end, the narrator foresees the old man's impending death with the thought that all the luck that he, old man, would have is that cats could protect themselves and the day was overcast. So fascists would not launch their planes to attack the local people. So here the story ended with a hope that the narrator has done for this old man, that his old man fate was just like a cat which will take care of themselves. And since the day was overcast, he was knowing that fascist planes would not approach to the city and would not bombard the city. Hence this old man would be saved, he will survive. So with this hope, he went away, leaving this old man at the bridge. So this was the narrator's character. Now the theme which has been brought in this story is pointlessness of war. War always brings destruction to both the countries who are indulged in the war, and without having any point for humanity. The Spanish Civil War forms the background to the story, and Hemingway depicts that how in times of war man acts inhumanly to his own race. War causes death and destruction, and this is highlighted through the condition of the old man, who can be seen as a symbol of civilian victims of war. The old man gives meaning to his life by taking care of his animals, but the war takes away everything from him. He now sits alone by the side of the road. He is as helpless as his goats. He cannot escape and is too old and tired to save himself. Forced to flee his town, the old man now sits near the Embro river. He surrenders to his fate and waits for his impending death. Now all these three animals which this old man was taking care has been shown in his life also. Just like the pigeon who will fly away from the cage, the same fate has been with this old man also. He also flew away from his own city in search of safety. Another fate has been shown like the goat. He was worried that what will happen to him, as the goats will not be able to take care of themselves. That's why he was sitting hopeless on the pontoon bridge. Third, cat's character has also been shown in his life, that when narrator, the soldier, has left him behind, thinking just like the cat's fate, this old man's fate will also work, and cat will take care of themselves the same way this old man will also take care of himself. So all these three animals fate has been shown in this old man's life also. Now compassion is also the theme of this story. Compassion. The theme of compassion is reflected through the nameless soldier who engages in the conversation with the old man. Once the soldiers explores the region to observe the advancing of the enemy, he sees an old man and asks him trivially, where do you come from? Compassion. When he saw the old man sitting, he has not left him without speaking anything to him, but he has shown compassion towards him. He has asked question. Then he starts to feel pity and compassion for him. The two engage in a conversation about the animals that the old man has left behind. The old man tells him that there are 2 goats, a cat and 4 pairs of pigeons. The old man is neither concerned about the cat, as cats can independently protect themselves, nor the pigeons, as the soldier tells him that they will fly away. The old man worries for the goats. Similarly, the soldiers worried for the old man. Now the soldier was worried about this old man just like he was worried about the goat. And lastly, he has left him just like cat, that as cat will take care of themselves, he will also take care of himself. So the soldier becomes a friend in need for the old man, with whom the lonely man shares his worries. Perhaps it is the old man's first contact and conversation with another person since a long time, and is happy that someone is interested in him. Old man, a long time was spent that he had a conversation with any person. For the first time he was having a conversation with another person. The soldier tells, and he was very happy with that. He has given thanks to him. The soldier tells the old man to reach the other end of the bridge and advises him to flee as soon as possible. He urges the man to get up and cross the bridge. The man tries but fails. The soldier feels sorry for him. Thus the story ends with the old man concerned for the goats and the soldiers concerned for the man. This old man has also shown the humanity towards the goats. He was worried about these goats, and soldier was also worried about this old man. Just like as he was taking care, this old man was taking care of his goats. So both person who has been brought in this story, their nature were resembling with each other. This old man was also showing concern to his animals. This soldier was also showing concern to this old man. This old man, all three pets which he was telling about, their fate has been shown in his life. Soldier also was showing the same fate towards this old man. So somewhere both were resembling each other, and both were very good men, and these two talked with each other, and their mind were light. They felt happy while doing conversation with each other. So in the mid of the war, some light moment also has been shown in this story depicting the horror of the war. Okay, so this was the theme. Now setting and style, we will go critical appreciation, we will go next week in next part. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you, students.